What if you could instantly upgrade your AI apps to use 16 times less memory by just changing a single line of code? In this video, I'm going to cover the new tool released by Google, which is Google's TurboQuant, and using it, I've built my own PotatoRAG, which can convert my documents into an ultra-weight representation, which lowers the memory requirement for my AI agent significantly. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Build with AI series, where I cover local and free AI tools to build practical AI projects on consumer hardware. So first, let's cover what this new TurboQuant tool is all about. Normally, let's say if you have a database of 10 million documents, this generally requires 31 GB of RAM available in your system. But TurboVec can fit the same amount of document size in just 4 GB of RAM and searches any query on those documents way faster than the earlier RAG tools like faiss. This is made possible because it uses a new algorithm released by Google, which is this TurboQuant algorithm, which is built using the Rust language, so it is incredibly fast, but you can also use it inside your Python projects as well. Normally, using the older RAG tools, you had to specifically train your database on specific documents before you could even run any search queries on them. But here you just need to throw your data and it will add the vectors and index them without any training steps, so there are no parameter tuning required and no rebuilding process as your document corpus grows. And the speed is also incredibly fast, and it beats the current champion of the RAG documentation, which is faiss, as it runs around 12 to 20% faster than this older tool. And the best part about privacy is that it runs completely on your own computer. There are no managed services, no data ever leaving your machine, and you can pair it with any open source embedding model and build your own complete RAG AI agent stack. And getting started is also really easy. You just need to install this using this simple command, and while calling this TurboQuant tool, you just need to specify the dimensions of your documents, like standard 1536 dimension if you are using OpenAI, and you can keep adding your document vectors and directly use this index.search to search any query on your documents. And if you are building a real app, your documents can get deleted or updated all of the time. For that, they have a specific feature, which is this stable IDs, where you can attach your own custom ID numbers to all of your documents, so you can directly remove them or easily track them later on in your pipeline. And removing this document is also incredibly fast because it just takes order 1 complexity, which means the database will find your document and delete it instantly without crashing your system. Then you can also do hybrid retrieval, where you just pass on some selected IDs in your vector search and also restrict the results to a candidate set, where you can pass on some query and the search will only be done on those selected IDs, so it is incredibly faster while also requiring less system memory to run. And the way this filter is applied is also super smart. It talks directly to your system processor and short circuits the blocks which are not required at all, which saves you massive amount of computing power. And because of this deep hardware filtering, you only get the length of allowed numbers that you have required, which is different from the older RAG tools, which usually gave some empty results when you put some heavy restrictions or strict filtering. And you don't even have to rewrite your entire project to use this tool. It has direct drop-in replacements for all of your frameworks like LangChain, LlamaIndex, Haystack, or Agno. So all the vector store modules used by these libraries, like for LangChain, it uses this in-memory vector store. This TurboVec will directly replace those modules, so you don't have to change the rest of your project's code. Now I'm going to integrate this tool in my own project using these same commands. So when I'm coding in LLM environments, I'm going to be using the same usual Google Anti-Gravity, which you can download by going to antigravity.google/download. And for my local AI brain, I'm going to be using Ollama, which you can download by going to ollama.com/download. And once you have Google Anti-Gravity open, you can go to the file menu and create a new folder for your project directory. And I'll be putting all these code files and the readme file in the GitHub link in description and pinned comments, so you can directly copy them and modify them according to your project needs. So for the technical step, I'm going to be using TurboVec for the vector database building. For the local LLM engine, I'm going to be using Ollama models. For doing the text generation, I'm going to be using the Llama 3.21b model, which is incredibly tiny and can run on any consumer hardware without needing of any graphic card. Then for converting my text to the vector embeddings, I'm going to be using the nomic embed text model, which is again really tiny and can run simply on your RAM and CPU itself. And for the final user interface dashboard, I'm going to be using Streamlit library, which can build interactive web interfaces in your Python projects. And for all the kinds of different data operations, we are going to use NumPy, which can handle big arrays of data in a very optimized manner. And first, you need to ensure that Python and Ollama are installed in your system. So to install Python, you can also go to this extensions menu in this Google Anti-Gravity and just search Python here. Then you can install this Python. For me, as I've already installed, it is showing this disable or uninstall commands. And Ollama installation I've already talked about. You can go to ollama.com/download, and once you have Ollama installed, you can pull both of those models by using these simple commands. So I'll copy these and go to the terminal by expanding this below pan and pasting them here. Now both of the models have been successfully downloaded in my system. I can also verify the installation by pressing Ollama list, and I will see both of this Llama 3.2 and the nomic embed text is installed in my system. Both of these models are reasonably small, so this Llama 3.2 is just 1 GB big and the nomic embed text is just 274 MB big. So just ensure that you have this amount of, so it can easily fit in your system. Next, for the core Python logic, I've built this RAG core pipeline, which will use the same ID map index that I talked about earlier in the video. My document dimension would be 768, so I passed that here, and I want want the conversion to be done in the 4-bit quantization, so it can easily fit in my 4 GB VRAM graphic card. Now before converting the documents into vectors, we need to break them down into different chunks of text, and you need to define the chunk size here, which means how many words approximately will be there in one single chunk. This you can keep as 200 and you can keep the overlap as 50. So there is some overlap between two different chunks in case some information is there in some ending or starting part of those texts. This is done so that the information is not lost. Let's say one single sentence should not be broken down into two different text blocks. So by keeping this overlap, we are ensuring that the end part of one chunk is also kept in the starting part of the next chunk as well. Now using simple slicing commands in Python, we will break that document into different chunks and finally return all the chunks using this return chunks command. Now to ingest that document as vectors in our vector database, I am using this ingest function, which will take any text of document. It will first convert them into the chunks. Then for each chunk, I'm going to be using the nomic embed text model and convert them into vector embeddings. And all the embeddings will be stored in this embeddings list. And I'm also assigning these unique IDs to all of my documents so I can later track them. And then I'm going to convert all those embeddings into a numpy array using this np.array function and convert the IDs also accordingly. And then I'm going to add those embeddings and IDs into the TurboVec ID structure by just using the self.index.add with IDs. Here you just need to pass on your vector embeddings array and your IDs array. Then let's say if a user gives any query and we want to do the search on all those documents, I'll first convert that user query into the vector embeddings using ollama.embeddings and using the same nomic and text model. And again, same way, I'll convert those embeddings into a numpy array using np.array. Then on that same self.index that we have built above using TurboVec, I'm going to be using index.search using the query embeddings. In case how many top results will be fetched, so I've just kept this default as 3. And for each result, I will get the score, which will tell us how much that document is relevant for the given user query. And I will also get all the IDs for the top 3 matches. I'll also track how much time was taken for this index search. So we can estimate, like if we increase the document size, how much more time will be taken. Then for that best match, I will get the document ID using ID 0. And using self.aux, I will extract that entire document, giving the same ID that we have built above. Then once I get the result, I will return that result and what was the time taken for this entire pipeline. Then for building my UI dashboard, I have built this app.py file. Everything will be built using the Streamlit library, which I have installed here. The page title will be PotatoRAG with this icon, which is this potato icon. Then for defining the dark theme, I've just kept the CSS commands, which will take all the dark theme colors here. Then I will initialize the PotatoRAG class, which I have defined in this rag core file, and the current user messages will be initialized with this empty list. Then there will be a title and header for our dashboard page, which is PotatoRAG, and with the description that this is an air-gapped AI on a 4 GB RAM using Google's turboquant via TurboVec library. Then there will be a sidebar using this st.sidebar with the header, which is ingestion hub, where user can upload their documents in txt file, or they can directly paste some raw text in this st.text area. Then if they are uploaded a file, I will just read all the text content in that file using this .read command. Otherwise, I will directly take the pasted text given by the user. And once we have got the text, we need to convert that into vectors and ingest them in our vector database. So I'm going to be using that same ingest command that I have defined in this rag core file, and I'm going to pass this text.ingest as an input to this function. Once we have successfully indexed the document, I'll just print this message that indexing is successful and this is the length of the rag docs currently. But if the user is not giving any document, I'll just print a warning that please upload a file or paste text first. Then if you have already done some conversation with the AI agent, I'll just display all those messages here and then start the chat interface where user can ask any question about the ingested documents. And once the user gives a message, I will append that into the message history and also display it in my UI using this st.markdown. Then using the search function, I'm going to give that same user query, and the same process will be done that we had defined, that query will be converted into vector. Then the top 3 results will be taken, and from that only the top result will be given in this context chunk with the elapsed time for the entire pipeline. Then I'm going to display both of these. First, I'm going to display that this is the TurboVec search time, and then these are the chunks that are retrieved for the given user query. Then using this chunk, I'm going to be using the ollama llama 3.2 model and generate the final curated response. Now for the main instruction for that llama 3.2 model, we are saying that you are a PotatoRAG, you are a direct helpful assistant. Please use the context that is given by this TurboVec library. Do not use any thinking tags just to get faster response, but you can remove this line if you want better accuracy, but it will take more response time. So for this quick demo, I'm going to be disabling this thinking tags and keep the output concise, accurate, and direct. So now we need to build the payload for the model. First would be the system prompt that we have defined here. Next would be the context that is fetched from the TurboVec library. And finally would be the user query that is given as the prompt. And then using ollama.chat, you just need to give the model name, the entire message payload that we have defined. And when the output is streamed from the model, I'll just display that into the Streamlit dashboard using this same markdown command. And again, the response will be appended in the conversation history using the role as a AI assistant and the content as the full response that is given by the AI agent. In case of any error, we'll just display that we have got some error communicating with the local ollama models. So if you get this error, you just need to ensure that ollama is running in your system by just typing ollama serve in the terminal, and also ensure that both the models are correctly installed by using ollama list. Now to launch my dashboard, I just need to go to terminal and type streamlit run app.py, which will run the app file using the Streamlit library because all of the functions are defined in the Streamlit format. So I'll just run this command, and now the dashboard is launched in my web browser with the tab title as PotatoRAG, and in the page title subtitle also both of these PotatoRAG and the subtitle is given here. Now for testing, I'm just tweaking this Project EtherX technical documentation, which is recently launched, so I'm sure that the LLM models will not have this information because usually they are trained on some data which is 1 or 2 years earlier. Now once I click on ingest text, the document will be successfully indexed and total 2 chunks have been saved in my vector database. Now for testing, I'm going to give some sample user query that what coolant is used in the EtherX engine and what flow rate is required for the ignition sequence. So if you look at the document, you will see that this coolant type is given as this cryostabilized liquid helium-9. So let's see if the vector search is exactly able to find this chunk and also respond to our user query. So just press submit here. The TurboVec search time you can see is just 1 millisecond, and we can check out the retrieved context chunk as well, where you can see that this is the chunk 1 and the coolant type is indeed in this chunk only. Now let's see what is the final response given by the LLM model. So it is saying that the coolant type used is a cryostabilized liquid helium-9, and it has responded to the second question, which is the flow rate, which is required as 420 liters per minute. And if you indeed check the raw text in the step 2, it is mentioned that the flow rate required is 420 liters per minute. So you saw how fast the TurboVec is able to fetch the relevant chunk and pass on the new information to the LLM so it can generate the correct response. Now you can also deploy this as a website. So let's say your users can directly fetch any of the user query on your documents, and everything will be running locally in your system, so there are no API costs involved or there is no data privacy leak as well. So here I've just pasted some raw text, but you can also use it in some other use cases as well, like you can do confidential document auditing. So because there is 100% privacy lock because everything is running in your own local system. Then let's say if you are traveling and if you don't have any internet connectivity, you can use the same pipeline because everything is running offline without using any internet connection. Then you can also ingest the repository documentations for developers, textbook chapters for building a study buddy, or use it as a healthcare companion where you can directly ingest the patient records, clinical guidelines, and the medical textbooks completely safe without any compliance breach. So you are completely comfortable because there is no privacy breach. Then you can also add some more features on top of this project, which I've listed down in this README file, and all of this code file and README file again will be in the GitHub link in the description and pinned comments. So you can directly follow all the steps that are mentioned in this quick start guide and also get ideas on the use cases and the future roadmap of this project. Alright, so wrap it up. The TurboVec is an absolute game changer for running massive vector database searches on your own computer without burning through your laptop's memory. Let me know in comments if you have some suggestions for me to build more local AI projects, and follow the channel for more such AI builds, updates, and workflows.